Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chef again, coming at you guys with a weekly watch list. All right, so hopefully you guys are ready for some more plays, and then also hopefully a lot of you guys took advantage of the 1K plays that I have been posting. If you didn't, well, at least you can trade some of these weekly watch lists, right? And also with the educational posts that are being posted on Wednesdays, please look out for those. There's a lot of tons of information that can help you guys. Some had to do with hedging, others the recent one, the buy the dip, on how to buy the dip in the market. Some how to use the futures when it comes to trading, how to break down sectors. I mean, there's tons of stuff out there that you guys can definitely learn from, and um, potentially be a self-sufficient trader. And that's the whole purpose of this. The purpose is to not give you a signal, but also just give you some value that you can use for your future, and just anything that has to do with trading. When it comes to breaking down a chart, it all falls down to the same things, and it's all going to depend on who you are as a trader. Whether you have a big account or a small account, it really doesn't matter, as long as you can understand the full breakdown and what are things that you can look for. As you can see here, I am a supply and demand trader, and I like to keep things very simple. I don't like to overthink anything. I hate all the stress when it comes to the indicators and everything other than just a naked chart here. It just doesn't make sense for me. I like simplicity. I like to buy and I like to sell. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. Keep it very simple. Otherwise, I'll trail my position or take profit and trade the trade the way it's supposed to be. Every setup is different. So like I said, lots of opportunity in the market. Every day there is something good. If there isn't, it's probably because you're not looking in the right places. Or you may have a bias of someone put in your head that called it chop, and next thing you know, you're not taking any trades. So it's all about the value that you have and see in a chart. And like I said, every chart is basically the same. It's just a matter of what you're looking for to trade, right? You're either going to come in with a bias to be bearish, you're going to come in with a bias to be super bullish, and you're only going to play one side. But if you decide to play the other one and you're not ready for it, you're probably going to get smacked around. If you're somebody who likes direction and you just like to trade intraday, you're probably going to trade 2 to 3 candles and then you're done for the day. So all types of traders, swing traders, day traders, people who trade shares, people who trade forex and Bitcoin and all this stuff. But again, it's just going to fall down to who you are as a trader and how it's going to fit your lifestyle. Okay. Some of these tickers that I've been posting on the watch list, a lot of them are for day trades, but most of them, out of all the lists that I've been posting the past week, they all have been swing trades. Okay, they've been very great. They've been runners, but it's just a matter of you guys catching it. Okay, the structure that I have is all kind of the same, and it's posted in the server. So if you guys don't know, go on the server and find out. But you know, take advantage, guys. I'm not sitting here giving you a signal. I'm giving you value. Okay, so hopefully you don't take this lightly, and you do take advantage. So, anyways, let's look at the market and let's see where everything's at, and let's see if we can find some good plays. And let me just show you what I have and how I see value. Okay, the last week, like past 2 weeks, the market's been a little bit bearish, and everybody was freaking out. I came in last week and I came to do the same things and show you guys a couple of things when they had to do with characteristics. One of the biggest ones that I did show you was the VIX. I came in here and showed you guys exactly what this was like. And while everybody was freaking out and trying to chart things on on the VIX, like I said, don't come in here trying to chart the VIX, all right? It's impossible for you to chart a fear index, all right? So if anybody out there is over here giving you a specific level on what's breaking and what's not, they probably have no idea what they're doing. Okay, so hate to burst somebody's bubble, but just putting it played out there. So what I came to show you is the characteristics of something that's happened in the past will happen in the future. Usually that's all you really need when it comes to price action. because that's what price action is. Price action comes with characteristics and it comes with the value of supply and demand. If you have those two things, you're definitely going to be a great trader and you're definitely going to know exactly what to look for. So here with the VIX, what we have is a huge run up, right? Here's your run up. And then next thing you know, you get that drop, okay? Now, what I want you to see is that every time we had a nice run up on a nice green candle with volume, with some, sorry, not volume, some good momentum, the market definitely was red. But then you see the next candle and the outcome, the results of the next candle, super red. This here's the time again. We had a nice pump and dump, a pump and dump, a pump and dump. Okay, so just showing you the characteristics of something that's happening. Look at this. Okay, here's that pump, and then here's that dump again. So you get that nice red, green candle to because of the fear that happened in the market, and then you get the results of what's actually out there, of what actual direction is. This is telling you to keep on buying the dip in the market and don't freak out. I know there's a lot of news out there. I know there's a lot of inflation and correction thing and, you know, Delta virus and COVID virus. I don't know what else they're going to come up with. But so far, everything has been following down to perfection when it comes to characteristics on the VIX. The fear comes in, people start posting all these news articles and all the bearish YouTubers come out and they're saying, I told you so. And they're finally right for once in their life. And they get 1 week of bearish plays. And next thing you know, they're getting smacked around again. And we're back to being bullish because the bulls come in and they start buying every dip in the market. So again, look at the same thing. Green, right? Here we had some green, red, green, red. Here's the green one. And then here's that big, big red one again. So bring it back down to earth. Let the market do its thing. Let it come in and give us some good dip buys. So if you watch the previous video on the dip buy opportunity educational post that was on Wednesday posted, then you definitely have a good idea as to how it is to buy the dip. So let's look at ES, same thing. Look, so if you go back and compare the VIX with this, you'll see that every time we went red, we went green. We went red, we win green. Okay, we win red here, we win green, red, green. So everywhere you go look, every dip has been getting bought up. Look at this. And we just keep trending and going all-time highs, and people always freak out. I always do warn you though, we are at all-time highs. So the pullbacks can be aggressive, okay? Not telling you that it's gonna be bearish. I am still bullish in this market. Nothing has changed. All that I see is value in the market, a lot of good dip buy opportunities for companies to show their strength and for investors to come in and start buying some awesome dips. And yeah, so everything is still fine, guys. So don't freak out unless we start, you know, trending nicely to the downside and we create a staircase pattern. Otherwise, we're still not there yet. This was too aggressive for this to be a staircase pattern. Okay. So the market's still looking fine, guys. Don't freak out, even though some of you already did. And you're probably all over now that the bulls came in and you guys saw some nice green candles and you probably missed these dip buys down here. So some of the levels to look out for though, it's probably around this 44. You could just say 44.26 to that 44.50. Okay, the 44.50 is going to probably be another level into this 44.77 right here. Okay, and then from here we're going to look for that 45, and then the 45 to the 45.20, from the 20 to the 45.50. It's going to be a nice level. I'm not saying that we're going to reach there this week. I just like that we're down here on ES and that we could definitely base out right here and look for some good value in the market. So let this thing, you know, just kind of trend in here. Let it do its thing and let it just have a nice built up base, right? So we'll do this. We'll watch for ES. This is the level that we want to see break. Okay, for strong confirmation to continue back up and to test all-time highs. If we can break this little base, okay, that 44.77 level, then for sure we're going to keep on trending to the all-time high, because technically you don't really have supply. You have resistance, but you don't have supply. Okay. So yeah, we'll look out for those levels. That's the only levels that I want to look for. You want to look for that 44 to hold, and 44.77. Okay, 44 to 44.77. We should be fine on the future. As long as we can hold that level, we'll be good. So don't freak out. So with that being said, I don't want to break down every single future, but for sure I want you guys to keep in mind that it's the same thing here. There you go, that 15 level. Okay. RTY, the 2260. Okay, and then we're looking for the 23. Gold and oil, they're doing okay. Gold has just been getting smacked, so it's a little bit bearish. Oil's just a little trending back up into these levels. I have my alerts up here around the 76, 78 level. So everything's still looking fine. All right, guys, so let's go talk about a little bit the financials and what we're expecting. Now, one thing I want you to know about the financials is that they held support. All right, this was amazing. I actually saw value in these right here. So why did I choose this level? This level is the area where we kind of just spaced out right here. So you see how I just separated all the candles, the structure, and I didn't really count these bottoms down here just because they wicked all the way down and they just got brought back inside. And this is the level where we started trading sideways, which a lot of traders will call chop, but what they really don't see is the value that's happening inside, the value that's called accumulation. If you guys don't know what accumulation is, please go look for the supply and demand video, and then do some research, guys, because once we break out of accumulation phase, it's the participation, which is the staircase pattern, which is the trend up, which is the direction, which gives you a long position play. Okay. So we're back at this level. We came back in right at the bottom to test this on the financials. We gapped down. We broke this little channel down to the downside. We came in at this 37 again, and we broke out all the way to the 38. So now with that, we're holding this level here. Okay. So we want to look for this base right here to hold. Okay. So I'm grabbing the previous base that broke out to the downside, came in, reclaimed it right on top, and we're sitting right inside on the top of it. Financials are still looking strong, guys, okay? So if you go compare this chart to BAC, C, MS, they all look the same, okay? See how they all look the same? Very, very similar. And I was able to trade JPM. The one that I'm waiting for is going to be at GS, but we'll definitely talk about that right now. And the other sector I want to point out to you guys is that I've been pointing this out to you the past few sessions. If you guys didn't pay attention, you guys probably missed out on this amazing run. And if you missed it, don't worry, because the next few red candles that we see, we're definitely going to buy the dip. If it keeps on going, then for sure, I'm just going to be in it. And this is the level where I told you guys that airlines was going to be a great level to buy in, okay? This is the level where I told you guys that I started buying shares. I started loading up on some DAL and AAO. I'm in leaps for all three of these, okay? Jets, DAL, and AAO. If you go look at the charts, they look the same, all right? What's going on with the airlines is that they're at amazing accumulation level right here. And they've been trading here for the past 2 months. They've been trying to find direction. They've been trying to catch some value because of that whole COVID thing, because of the Delta crap that's going on. These ended up dropping way down here, which is amazing and gave the investor a great dip buy level for their investments. They're the ones that are sitting happy, while some of you out there are sitting there with FOMO because you missed this run and you did not watch the previous videos, and you're probably waiting for somebody to tell you to buy it, versus something that you could have came on here and you could have set a simple alert and you could have been in this trade. I don't know if some of you guys got in leaps, but I am definitely in leaps, and all my leaps just turned green. So I've been in it since I've been talking about it. And if you guys go back, I've been talking about it for quite some time. So for airlines, what we are naturally going to see is, because we had a nice staircase pattern to the downside, what you're gonna see now is a nice staircase pattern reaction to the top side, okay? So a staircase pattern, when you break out of a range, you push, you come down, you go up, all right? You get bought up on every candle, and every red candle that you buy is just gonna go higher and higher. That's what a staircase pattern is, okay? This is the public participation phase. Basically, your retail crew who comes in and starts trading above the green candles. Do not buy above a green candle. Buy the dip. If you don't know what it means, if you don't know how this works, you buy on a red candle and you let this thing just trend all the way up. Buy some time on your contracts, guys, okay? So just a perfect example, just to give you guys here, is that let me show you how to build a position, okay? I'm just gonna show you real quick. I hope this makes sense, all right? So here we have some candles, we already above the range, all right? Technically, we're definitely pushing up already, okay? Draw a nice little trend line. What I want you to do is look at the previous day structure, okay? If you wanna use this top here and just kind of move this little thing sideways here, right? You wanna use this level right here to buy the dip. If you are buying the dip, let's just say right here at this, I'm gonna round it off to 24. Your stop loss will be right here, 10 cents, okay? Your reward, boom, very easy, right? I hope that makes sense. When you do this, what I want you to do is to remember this strategy. Buy the dip, okay? You buy a contract with some time, okay? Let's just say 3 weeks, 4 weeks, however you feel comfortable. The minute you do that, you buy ×1, okay? Giving you an example, I'm here to show you how to build a position into a swing trade on something that's already trending. The minute you do that, you give this room, okay? You don't give it the 10 cents or the 20 cents. You're gonna give it all the way to the previous day low, okay? So this is your swing position because theta is not gonna come against you, all right? Most likely, it'll get bought up and we'll start trending to the top. Now, what happens here is that if we start trending back up, grab some weeklies inside here on the same level that you got in, okay? I'm gonna say grab at least 4 to 5 to pay for the swing trade. The minute you get in this, you're already riding your position to the top and you're riding weeklies. Your weeklies will increase more because of the theta. The theta becomes your friend now, and the momentum and the volume will become your best friend when it comes to this option contract. So you're already in one swing position and you already built a lot more on the weekly contracts, right? And next thing you know, you're riding this up while the retail crew is over here trading the top of this candle because they're gonna say it's gonna keep on going. You're already in this position, you're already going up, you're already green on your swing, stress-free, and you're using your weekly contracts to give you a lot more money, okay? So quick strategy, very simple. Hope you understand that. If it doesn't make sense, please go watch that dip buy video, okay? So anyways, let's get back to this and let's keep trading this to the top, okay? I'm gonna give you a couple targets for jets. This is all airlines, DAL, AAL, LUV, SAVE. If there's more out there, by all means, go ahead and do some research, all right? First target for this is gonna be this top, which is your 24.74. Next target is gonna be up here, 25.22. Next one, 25.67. Next one up here, 26. And we're looking all the way to 26, what is this? 26.35, 26.68, all the way to the high of 27.46. So we have enough room, more than enough room to continue and create a staircase pattern to the top in the next 2 to 3 months, guys, okay? So you have more opportunity to trade this, and you do the same thing for DAL. As you can see, the same thing. You do the same thing for DAL. You do the same thing for AAL. You want to use this structure here. So all my alerts are there, okay? Let me show you the other one. You do the same thing for UAL, right? You mark this little downtrend and you create your levels, okay? All right, you just create those levels. Again, not perfect lines, but definitely look out for those levels. And you have a lot of room to the top. Okay, let me show you another one. Save, same thing, recent breakout of a range. Okay, look at this. All right, now we're trending up, and now we're just gonna look for all the levels to the top side, okay? That's exactly what I've been saying in the past weeks about airlines, and I hope you guys got it, all right? So that's gonna be airlines, guys. Make sure you guys are on watch for those, and you truly don't miss those, okay? My other play for the week is gonna be CAT, okay? CAT's been downtrending for quite some time. I think it's, I don't want to say it, but I think it's found its bottom. On the weekly time frame, it looks like we came down here and we have a nice weekly candle body right here with the nice wick showing some bounce here. Not much structure on the weekly time frame, but this 4-hour time frame will give us a nice setup right here. The good thing about this is that there may be some potential good news for this. If you guys don't know, there might be an infrastructure bill happening this week. It will be posted this week by Pelosi. Again, I'm not here to give you the catalyst play, but I'm here to give you the potential of this ticker. The catalyst can be an extra push to hold this up or to drive it down, whichever direction it may be. I really don't care. I just like the setup. The setup here is very, very simple. Over this 197.70, okay? I want to take it long. I want to swing it for the retest of 202. The 202 was a recent breakdown, and then we have the base at like that's 204, psychologically 204, and then the candle bodies around 204.50 and 205.40. So this is my second target. My third target is going to be around this 206.60 to 207.40 area, okay? So 1, 2, 3 targets for the swing trade. I am legit gonna come on here on Monday, market open tomorrow, and I'm gonna wait for this to hold right here, and I'm gonna buy it in here. I'm gonna buy CAT with some time on my contract, and I'm gonna let it play out for the retest. Once we get the retest, I'm taking some off my position. Okay, so I'm looking for this. All right, I'm taking some off for the pullback, and I'm gonna get back in on the dip buy, and I'm going in for the second one. Once I take off my my position for the second one, I'm gonna get back in right here. Once I get back in right here, I'm taking profit again up top. This is exactly how I'm gonna plan to trade CAT, and I'm gonna buy it in here on Monday, market open, no matter what happens, and my stop loss is gonna be legit right here, okay? If this breaks right at open and it comes back inside, maybe end of the day or lunch, I'm gonna get back in, okay? Very simple trade, guys, all right? So this is CAT. My next top play is gonna be GS, all right? GS, nice downtrend. If you go look at all the financials, GS is the only one that's behind right now, okay? But the setup is perfect. The 392 level intraday and the 393 was a very hard level to break. So I think the 392 can be a great entry. If you can't get around the 392, you really want it around 393 or that 393.50 area, okay? I think this is going to be a nice runner as well, as long as we can break here, and it's going to be this pattern. I don't know where we're going to be at when the market opens. I don't know where the futures are going to be. I don't know if there's going to be any catalyst, throughout the day. I have no idea. Again, I don't really care. What I want to see is just the setup play out. My first target is going to be around this 395 to around 396.85. From right here, we're going straight over here to this 403 and this 405. From this level, we're heading into this 410 and 412. Those are my targets. If it wants to keep on going, then I'm going to keep on going with it. I actually have a position on GS because I saw a lot of value. I ended up adding to my contract for a swing trade. I have the 392.50 calls for October 8th, I believe, or it might be the 16th. But I do have a position on this, and my stop loss is down here around this 388 area. If it breaks this, then most likely, because it did not trend with the financials, then most likely it'll keep on trending to the downside, at least for another like little pop to the bottom until we can build another base. So Look out for CAT and GS, guys. These are the two top plays that I have for the week. These are going to be my main focuses on the swing trade idea. So if you guys catch it, good for you. If you don't, at least sit back and watch it and try to understand what's happening with these two tickers. All right. So I'm choosing two top tickers. I'm giving them to you guys. I'm telling you exactly my game plan on how I'm going to do this. I'm already in GS. I plan on buying CAT. And the full game plan is already there. If you guys make money on this, great job. If you don't, then I hope you're sitting back and just learning from this, okay? So those are those. The other ticker I want to look at is Qualcomm. I think it's at a very, very good spot. Now, let me show you why, because at one point we consolidated here for quite some time on Qualcomm. And then once we broke this like 135, we trended all the way to as high as this 137.60. Kind of the same area, if you can see. Let me just point this out. Kind of where that yellow box is at. Okay, kind of where that yellow box is at right there. So that's my first target. So I want to see this just create a nice channel to the top. MU does have earnings this week, so it might affect the chip sector quite a bit on Tuesday. If you want to get an early position Monday, I would recommend. Sorry, not recommend. But I would look at this level for it to hold, and look at both of these at the same time. Okay, look at Qualcomm, TSM, and INTC and MU. They're all at great dip buy levels. Okay, so Qualcomm, INTC, look at the range that it's been building. I want it over 54.50, and then the other high is going to be 55.40. And then MU, look at this consolidation level that it has here. It has earnings on Tuesday, so my targets are up here, the 77, all the way to the high of almost 79. So I'm going to be looking at that, and I'm not much of a fan of trading earnings plays, but I think MU can be a great call play if it decides to hold, and just because of the accumulation that's happening there. Okay, so I'm definitely looking for Qualcomm to hold. If this thing, like, again, the levels will be adjusted, but over the 135 would be a safer bet for some of you traders who don't like buying bottoms. If you like buying bottoms, the buy is at like 133, sorry, 132.70 to 133.30 is like the buy. This is my buy level right here. If we come down, and I wanted to hold this channel and then just trend on up to get that retest all the way to this 138 level. So again, this can be another side chart for you guys to look at. Could be a good trend. All right. Roku's the other one, guys. Roku, I was actually able to swing trade this, which was pretty amazing. I had gotten in here on this day, and I held it for one day. So I was red here, and I held it. It never really broke below my levels. 317 and 320 never broke below and never trended below, so it kind of held this space here. And then we got some good news. Thankfully, I was able to sell right here, right below 340, which was pretty awesome. And that was like a 50% trade. It was in the money. It was a 335 call, which was pretty awesome. So congrats to those who caught it. But again, I still want to watch this level. I want to watch this for it to base out. I like it anything over 325 or 325. I think we're long. If we come back down here, I think I'm going to be a little more questionable at this 315 level, just because it's been downtrending for such a long time that it still has room to come down. And the only reason I say that is because the previous characteristics are right here. Okay, we broke out of the range and we closed on top. And then as soon as we got rejected, we saw this huge rejection and it created a drop-based drop. So here, this is how I see it. Here's your drop. Okay, here's your base. We tried to base out, we broke out, and it was like, no, you're coming back down. And we created another drop, base, and drop again. So here's the base, here's your pop, and then here's your drop again. So if it drops, most likely it will break that 315 and come down just a bit more. And if that were to happen, then I don't want to trade Roku. I want to trade it over 325, and I want to make sure that we stay building up top to see some potential to the top side. Okay. Other than that, I don't care for it. If it breaks at 315, you guys can play puts. But I like calls over that 325 level, where we can just start trending back up and find some value in Roku. J&J is another one that's caught my attention this week. It has this nice base here. It's a slower mover, so I'd be a little more careful with this. But I have my alerts over this top piece of 166.40. So I'm using the wicks on this one. And why? Just because it's one of those vaccine stocks that, I don't know, they tend to move with news a lot, and you know, it's just a bunch of hype that happens when it comes to that stuff. J&J is still a good overall company. It's Johnson & Johnson. If you look at your toothpaste, you will see J&J. Or you might, sorry, that's PG. You look at some other products, they have good products. So look into some of that. But below 163.60, most likely it will come back down to test this 162.40 level where we had some support here. So if this thing does break to the downside, I will not look at it. I will definitely have the alerts, but I want to make sure that I go above 166 level and 166.40. For sure, I will trade long over that. Otherwise, I will not be looking at this trade. Okay. So yeah, those are some of the top plays that I have for this week, guys. Sorry, TSM. TSM is also at a great spot. It's a nice support here. Almost looks like it's building a nice little channel as well. To the top side, same thing with Qualcomm and MU and INTC. I think these chips are a little bit behind, and they just need some good attraction. I think if MU does has a good earnings, it might bring in some good sentiment, and it'll drive them up. Otherwise, we might just keep on cracking down, and at that point, then I won't be in those trades. So yeah. Oh, sorry, one more. BA. If you guys look at that dip buy level, dip buy video that I posted, I did tell you guys here to go long at 217 and then go take profits around 222. So hopefully you guys did that. If you didn't, go back and see what you missed out on. But anyways, if this does crack this 223, I would safely say that it's going to break this accumulation area. And most likely we're going to look for 230 and as high as 240. You guys know BA can pump, but again, it might move with the airline sentiment, and it'll definitely keep on driving. So for this one, I would rather safely buy the dip around 217. If anything, use 220 and 219 as a good dip buy, but anywhere down here, guys, it's definitely a good buy the dip. If you want to buy the breakout, make sure it's just a momentum trade, and definitely look for that staircase pattern, okay? Something like this, okay? Look for something like that for BA, guys. I think BA is a great one as well. It's definitely at a good spot, even for leaps, if you ask me. But BA leaps are pretty expensive. So if you can't do that, do DAL, AAL, UAL, SAVE, and JETS. All right. So I'll leave you with that, guys. I think that's more than enough tickers for the week. You guys should definitely be green by the end. If you're not, then there's probably something wrong that you're doing. And if you're doing something wrong, please come ask us questions. We definitely won't hesitate to answer you guys. A lot of the educational posts are here on the YouTube. So even just the YouTube alone can provide you with so much value and so much insight on these charts when it comes to supply and demand, guys. And I'm telling you, take advantage of the YouTube. If you guys don't have, somebody to mentor you, please ask us in the chat as well. I know Troy does some very good mentorships. Jack, some of the guys in Conservative Collectors do sessions, and Jay the Trader does amazing sessions as well. So you guys feel free to ask for some of those mentorships as well, guys. All right, don't ever hesitate. The server is full of great posts, and everybody is making some good money in there. So come check us out at Conservative Collectors, see how everybody is doing. If you need help with trading, hit us up. So you guys have a great week. Look out for the next video on Wednesday. If you guys have any ideas, let us know. And I will do my best to try to go live with you guys around next week. I know I saw in the comments. I just want to thank you guys for commenting on the previous post about doing a live trading session, maybe with you guys, and maybe even doing a charting session on the Sunday. So we'll figure something out. And yeah, look out for some of that stuff. Please, guys, keep alerts on CAT and GS as the top place for the week. Look for the airlines and the financials. They're doing amazing. And I'll leave the FANG stocks up to you guys. Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Netflix, and Google. I'll leave them up to you guys. All right. So you guys have fun. You guys have a great week. Please make sure to manage risk. Don't go crazy. Don't go all in. If you can't handle the emotions, if you can, by all means, push yourselves to some limits that you guys have never seen before. All right. So have a great week. I will see you guys in the chats.